Right, this is John
And Yoko.
here, and we're just sort of spieling about the new year, and we might have told a few of you listening that 1970, we're going to call it year one, because we believe the last decade was the end of the old machine crumpling to pieces, and that it was the start of new things.
Peace.
Yeah, the year one of peace, and we think we can get it together with your help. We know a lot of you helped us while we were there, but you've got to keep going, you know, whether we're there or not. And we have great hopes for New Year from the youth and the old folks. I mean, they caught on to Beatle haircuts. They were a bit slow, but they finally got it, so they can certainly catch up about peace.
Yes.
And of course, you know, we'll all be there at least in July at the latest, the Peace Festival, and we only hope to sort of set the atmosphere way ahead of July, so the thing really grooves out, and we don't have any of that, like the Rolling Stones concert. We don't have any of that jazz.
And also, our flag is going to be a white flag. That is a flag to surrender to peace rather than fight for peace. So for that flag, all you need is to just get your sheets out outside your window, and that's your flag, you know.
So next time we turn up with whoever it is or whenever, let's see a few of them flags and give us a bit of encouragement. We got a lot of encouragement for you, but the flag will really help, you know.
Yes.
And if they hassle you, like they hassled the guy in Montreal about having a white sheet outside the window, hang it in the garden, you know. Have to arrest every housewife in Canada then.
When we started the bed-in the first time this year, everybody said, well, do you think really that this is going to affect the world? Aren't you being a bit too optimistic? Aren't you being crazy? And we kept saying, no, it's not crazy. I mean, it's going to be all right, and this is going to work. And because people kept saying that we were crazy, and after the bed-in, we went into a very, very deep depression, you know. We thought, oh, well, they were right. We didn't do very much, and it didn't help the world. And we were very sad because there was no response, and we felt that we were just really crazy, you know, like everybody says. But then what happened was we started to get tremendous, beautiful response around the end of the year. And that gave us hope, you know.
I don't believe that jazz about the left or the right are going to give you power, because you've got the power. All you've got to do is remember it from way back. We all have the power to get what we want. That's why we said war is over if you want it. We have the power. All you've got to do is be aware of it. All you kids going through the post-drug depression scene, well, we're telling you, we've been through that. Okay, you get aware, and then reality is harder to face, and you head for the hard drugs. And it's even harder to find out what's going on when you're in that kick. It's like being an alcoholic. You don't know what the scene is. You don't even know you're an alcoholic. But believe me, all you need to do is to find some hope or some glimpse of light, and you'll come out of it. And there is something you can do. Don't believe that jazz about there's nothing you can do and just turn on and drop out, man, because you've got to turn on and drop in, or they're going to drop all over you. And don't let your parents hype you with that war is an economic necessity, because that's hype from the old days. And if you're hip to that, you've got to make your parents hip to that. And instead of despising them, use some compassion. You're meant to be the hip ones. Try and turn them on, even if it's only to 1950 music, you know.
Yes, we have to try to communicate with older generation and the establishment, etc. You know, the tremendous hostility we have for establishment and the older generation is not helping at all, you know. I mean, we might as well be them, you know, with all these tremendous hatred we have for them. I mean, that's not good, you know. We have to extend our hands. And John and I thought, well, this time we're not going to ever get depressed, you know, even if we don't get any response from the war is over event or anything, because we know better, you know, because the response is a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, usually.
And that thing about, if you think of the establishment or whoever they are, the blue meanies, you've got to remember that they're the sick ones. And if you've got a sick child in the family, you don't kick it out the door. You've got to try and look after it or extend a hand to it. So somewhere along the line, we've got to make a meeting point with whoever they are, because even amongst them, there are some human beings. In fact, they're all human, but there's some that even look like it and respond like it. So it's up to us, if we're the aware generation, to extend a hand to the retarded child and not just kick its teeth in, because it happens to be a very big child.
In other words, you know, let's not just stay in a small clique of peaceniks, you know. That's not the way to do it. And let's not despise them because they have short hair or anything. I mean, that's playing their game, you know. Long hair or short hair, you know, we just sort of shake hands, and that's what it is, I think. And this Peace Festival that we're going to do in Canada, we're hoping that that will be the start, and it should happen all over the world. And next year is not only Peace Year 1, but it's Hope Year 1, you know. By this Peace Festival, not only that we gather and groove, but we give hope to each other.
That's about it, really.